Hello and welcome back to another Lord of the Rings live stream. Today, we're going to be taking on the final quest in the Dream Chaser cycle, the City of the Khosairs. And if we win, we get have a new deluxe expansion that we're unboxing, the Land of Shadow. And so this is the second box in the Two Towers Saga expansion. And so we finished that first box, and if we win today, we get to open up the second box. How's it going, Jester? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Dude, my allergies have been kicking my butt recently. So if I sound miserable, just know that it's just the allergies, and it'll go away soon. Hopefully, that's the goal at least. Alrighty. So good morning, Jared. How's it going? How's it going? So this is a pretty long quest. There are four stages in here. Now, stage two is not a stage. It's just just tells me to switch out some stuff. Hey Joshy, how's it going? But we do have, a quest of 15, or we can kill the dream, or not the dream chaser, the Stormcaller. We're on the Dream Chaser. And then in stage two, everything blows up. Stage three is an 18 quest point, and stage four, we have to take out Captain Sahir. I have not played this game, or I have not played this scenario. Wait, have you unboxed Lord of the Rings content? Yes. Uh yeah. So we're doing an unboxing of Land of the Shadow next. So that's gonna be what we're doing if we win. If we win. So yeah, we have to try and defeat the. Oh, I don't want to shuffle that. This is the second encounter deck. This is what's coming into play after we progress to stage two. There's a lot of stuff going on. I think that there's going to be a pretty decent amount of questing needed, as well as fighting. It looks like we're going to be doing a good bit of combat here. Um, I thought you had already had everything and played it all. No, no, no. So whenever I'm streaming these games, it's the first time I've ever played the game. Played that scenario at least. So we're learning together. Yeah. So the so we're gonna have to be doing a lot of questing and a lot of combat. And we had talked about wanting to do, I think it was Outlands last time, right? Like we had talked about wanting to do some Outlands, because I'm trying to remember, who did we get? Who was our hero that we grabbed? I think it was a green hero for some reason. Oh yeah, we have Treebeard. I like Treebeard. Barravir. I never knew that. Thought, though, in fairness to me, I'm usually trying to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Prince Imithral. Was that it? So spend one resource to search top 5 card your deck for an ally who shares at least one trait with him and put that ally into play. Shuffle your deck at the end of the phase. If that ally is still in play, shuffle it into your deck. What am I thinking of? Jared, you got the new tactics version of Prince Imithral. Yeah. So you can search the top 5 guards for an ally who shares a trait with him. Put that ally into play. Shuffle your deck at the end of the phase. If that ally is in play, shuffle it into your deck. Was there the Outlands card is in neutral? Thank you, Jared. I appreciate you. Yes. Okay. I'm like, I could have sworn there was something about Outlands, right? Here we go. Okay. So Prince. So attached to Prince Imithral, he gains the Outland trait when you control 4 different allies that contain to 4 different spheres. Add 1 additional resource to Prince Imithral's pool when you collect resources. I mean, that seems pretty fun. Uh, Jared, how do you think that this is gonna fare against this type of quest? I feel like Outlands are pretty good at doing a lot of different things, and so I'm kind of interested in trying it out to see what happens. So Unless you think it's gonna be just an awful uh play. Let's try that. So Prince, we probably won a couple of those. Yeah, probably won a couple of those. Outlands are good at everything. Just need to make sure you can get a fast start. Yep. And so, how would you say that you run a hmm, like? There's always Elrond, Lord of the Rings forever, Black Bear. Yeah, let's go. Blair back. Sorry. uh, yeah. Well, I need a sticker for this one. So the way that we could do a fast start is we could go kind of heavy into he is Gondor. So if we went like Denethor, we could start passing out a lot of money really quickly. The problem with that is I think we probably want to go with Hurley and the Fair as well. And so it would be running with two different um spheres instead of three, which could cause an issue. Um so I think I want to go to the Trisphere just so we can get the Outland stuff going. We do have a card that you attach to a Outland character and it gets attached to a Gondor ally, they get the Outlands trait. So that could be kind of interesting to play around with as well. But the other quick start way to do this is Elrond of Villia. I mean that's a real quick way to go. Um which could be kind of fun. I'm just saying. It could be kind of fun. If we do have a what's a Gondor hero that we would really want to beef up? Um Probably not Faramir. So we want to be exhausting Faramir for their ability. Let's it feels weird. Probably want some lore for card draw. Elrond is good for his healing. Oh yeah, because we're gonna be taking a lot of damage. Good call. Good call. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab the Fair and Elrond. And we're gonna try the ally flood deck. So where's there's Elrond. Elrond. Elrond's pretty good. Elrond's pretty decent. Elrond also has the ability to get a um or to up the healing that any card does by one. And then our after our character is healed by another card, effect heal one damage from it. And then also we can get him Villia, which gives him the Spirit Sphere. So we have access to all four spheres of influence. And so that allows us to get all of our Outland characters online way easier. So if we are going to run Elrond, we also want Villia. So Villia is a 2-cost Ring of Power. We're gonna grab 3 copies of Villia just because it's so good, and we really want to see that in our our first hand. Whereas the what's his face the prince here, I think we want to see that early, but we don't have to see it in that first hand if we it as like we want to see Villia, because I think Villia is gonna ramp us. If we can get this later, that's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go grab Outland stuff at this point. So we want all of our Outland allies because every Outland ally is going to buff all the other Outland allies. It is a snowball effect. And so let's find, where did I throw those Outland? Okay. So we got Warrior of Lasernark. Each Outland character you control gets +1 defense. 2-cost leadership ally. Go grab him. And this is IH Outland character, so this is not just the allies. So we can also go and do like once we get Prince of Mithril as a Outland character, he's gonna get +1 defense from this boost as well. And if you have 3 of these out there, it's +3 defense. which gets a little crazy. Gets slightly crazy. There's the three there. We have four along. Well, you control four outland characters or allies that belong to four different spheres, ready for along at the beginning of each phase. Let's grab two of him. He is a unique character, and so it's not like he's going to be able to stay around, or he's not going to. We're not going to be able to have multiple copies of him on the table at a time. So let's grab two copies of him, and so that's kind of my rule of thumb. If it's a unique ally that does not have a huge like impact to the strategy, then I usually just grab two instead of the three drop. And we do have our sword just to keep in the back of our mind. The sword of Morthhound. So we attach it to a Gondor ally. They gain the Outland trait, giving them all the boost, all the Outland stuff that we have been kind of building up. So just kind of thinking about that, um, we probably also let's grab all our Outland characters first, and then we'll go back and fill in with our Steward of Gondors and all that good stuff. I think we only have one Outland character, our ally in the lore sphere, which is the Herdsman. No, we have Hunter. After you play a Hunter from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an Outland card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, discard it. Interesting. So first, we're definitely grabbing the Herdsman. Herdsman gives each Outland character we control +1 health, which is pretty sweet because if we have three of those, that's +3 health, and health is an important resource in this game. I'm trying to think. I ran out of green stickers. I ran out of green stickers on this sheet. Um, let's use an orange. I'll probably change that later because it will drive me insane. Alright, we need the Herdsman. Hmm. There you go. Okay, so we have the hunter. I think let's grab two of the hunters. It's not a forced response. And so if there is something, oh, I guess if we're running Stargazer, we know exactly what we're doing. Oh, that's it. Oh, we're running three hunters because one of the other cards that we're going to be running with the Elrond Villia strategy is the Stargazer, which allows us to look and manipulate the top five cards of our deck. And that is a lot of the times used for Elrond's ability to be able to play that top card for free with Villia. But if we have Hunter, if we can set it up and we're discarding cards that we don't really care about, or we can discard an Outland, now we're cooking. So that's interesting. I like that. I'm really liking this Elrond pick. Good call, Jared. I don't think I've ever used this character. There we go. Yep, never used him. Which this is some pseudo card draw as well. We're going to be taking a good bit of damage because we have on stage 2 we're going to assign the amount of damage that we have on ship attachments to our characters that we have in control, and so that can get kind of nasty. Just making sure there's no more Outland characters, so we're going to jump over to blue. If I remember correctly, there's only one blue Outland character, but I also was wrong when we were talking about lore, and so I may be wrong here as well. We have a lot of blue allies. I skip them. Oh, here we go. The Ether Swordsman. Every Outland character gets +1 willpower, which is insane. It's easy to forget about the Hunter. He can come out of Heirs of Numenor Deluxe box, so he's the only Outland character Oh, really? Nice. That's funny. I don't think I realized that I just kind of assumed he was a new character, and I was like, oh, cool, new life in an archetype. Nope, I've just missed him all this time. That's pretty funny. And then we have the knight over here for our tactics ally. Right here, the Knight of the Swan. Each island character gets +1 attack. Now we need a card like Go All Out from Lord of, or Marvel Champions, where it's like deal damage equal to the sum total of your stats. So now you're gonna have like Prince having a 5-6-5 stat line. Oh, 5-6-5-7 health. Prince is gonna be crazy. I'm here for it. Let's go. And then his ability is spend 1 resource to search the top 5 cards for your deck with an ally who shares a trait with him. That's insane. Yeah, holy cow. So this is a little bit of a Master of the Forge fix where when you're running Master of the Forge, you get to shuffle your deck, and sometimes you can kind of get stuck with Elrond and Villia not needing or not having a card that you really want to play. And so you use Master of the Forge to, one, find Villia easier, but two, also shuffle that deck. So Prince is going to allow us to do that. Wow. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I'm pumped about this. Okay, so let's see how many cards that leaves us. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 3. So let's go find Stargazer, because that's an important piece of the puzzle. We're going to run 3 copies of Stargazer just for consistency. She allows us to exhaust and search the top 5 cards of our deck and then rearrange those cards however we want. Prince Imithril is awesome with Bjorn. Oh, ooh. Say less, yes. Because Bjorn gets plus. Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Good call. Good call. Okay, so you got Stargazer. There's our Stargazers. Let's find I'm also just looking at Gondor characters because if we want to use that sword, then that could be just want to be on the lookout for that. Let's go find Bjorn. Bjorn gains +5 until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, which you trigger this effect, shuffle Bjorn back into your deck. Then this is at the end of the phase. If that ally is still in play, shuffle it into your deck. So it's the same. It's the same. So yeah, let's definitely grab 2 copies of Bjorn. 8 attack. Let's go. Let's go. That's cool. We need. Huh. Did I just not put Bjorn anywhere because I never use him? Some of my B's are my A's. Hey, hey, hey. Because Bjorn is a warrior. Yes, so shares that trait. Nice. DJ X just played Senses Fail. I haven't heard Senses Fail in a long time. All right, I love Bjorn in this deck. That's a really fun trick right there. It's a really, really fun trick. Alrighty, let's look for. Oh, we do have the. Is it the Boromir ally? Yes. So Boromir gets +2 while defending against an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat. After Boromir takes any damage, ready him. What Gondor ally are you thinking for the sword? I'm still on the lookout. No, Captain Sahir is 4. Knight of Minas Tirith, no. I kind of want it to be like the Gondorian Spearman is actually like a really funny. idea there, right? Because if he gains the Allen trait, he gets a 3 defense and a 4 health, meaning that he's actually fairly survivable. And if he can just defend, and every single time he defends, he gets a ping damage. I don't know how good that would be. It's just kind of funny. Um, there's probably a good leadership Gondor character. It's also not something I'm absolutely married to needing to happen. Denethor gets 1 less for each damage hero you control. That's probably not worth it. Ingold gets +1 for each hero you control with at least 1 resource in its resource pool. Knight of the White Tower's resource cost must be paid from a single hero's resource pool. Knight of the White Tower is interesting because it's a 4 cost 2/2/3/3, but if we can cheat him in with Villia, we can skirt the requirement to pay for the resource, and then he becomes a 5/5/6/6. Boromir is probably good just with the stat bumps. He can defend out here and then ready to attack. Oh, that's true. Ooh, yeah. Anybody that readies, anybody that readies, I think is a really good call because those stat bonuses are happening to everything. Yeah, let's grab Boromir. Let's just grab 2 copies of Boromir and see what happens. Yeah, Boromir. It's also just a card I've not played with before, so I want to try it. We got a lot of S cards in Lord of the Rings. It it is called Sword, right? Something that starts with S. Yeah, Sword. Are there any cards that recur allies other than stand and fight? We do have a lot of attachments, so I probably do want to go with the Master of the Forge as well. At least at least 2 of them. Is there anything that recurs Gondor or Outland allies? For some reason, I thought there was. Attached to a Gondor or Outland character, if each hero you control. Nope. Men of the West brings back Outland allies. That's what I'm thinking of. Sweet, thank you. I like having Jared and Chad here, who's basically just a encyclopedia for the game. That's always fun. Okay, so Men of the West. Do we go 3 of these? We might as well just go 3 of these. These are effectively another copy of each one of those allies in our hand. Or in our deck. So if we can overpay. Speaking of overpay, we probably do want to grab a Steward of Gondor. I think this is probably 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes. Got 4, 7, 13 cards left. Let's grab Steward. Also, sneak attack Gandalf. It's not the easiest quest in the game, so let's not pull punches here. We got 3 there. Gandalf. What is the consensus of um not running uh Test of Will in this one? It's pretty bad, isn't it? We got 4 cards. Good day, Scorch. How you doing? Hmm. Okay. Um there anything that we are Unexpected Courage with Elrond is very good because we can use Elrond's stats at that point. Unexpected Courage on Prince Imrithil is going to be really good because he's going to be super pumped up. I don't think you need a Test of Will just because you don't start with Spirit, but of course it is a great card. I think I would rather go with a Test of Will, kind of leaning into the attachment, or not a Test of Will, I'm sorry, Unexpected Courage, leaning into the attachments, and then also being able to ready up Prince and Elrond to get those benefits. Also Hurleon. I mean, like all three of these are going to be great to up. We run 3 copies of Unexpected Courage here. Hmm. The other thing that we could do is instead of Unexpected Courage, we could go Light of Valinor for Elrond. Not bad. Trying to build decent decks for all your Marvel Champions here all at once. Nice. That's fun. Been introducing a heap of people to the game. Nice. Just want to be able to grab a deck no matter. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that a lot. That's a fun challenge because you can't really like there are cards that work so well in all the different. Yeah, that's interesting. Did you grab healing or did you decide you didn't need it with all the Allen's hit points? I do need healing. Uh, I feel like the best healing is still what's his face? Warden? Warden of Healing? I feel like yeah. I mean, it's just so efficient. The 2 cards I didn't pull exactly is making your brain melt. I bet that's a fun challenge. Like that would I bet people would be really interested in that as well. Like if you were interested in sharing it. Also, I realized I've lost a card, which is annoying. Missing a tackle from Miss Marvel. No, that's so sad. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think we go with Unexpected Courage. I think we go with Unexpected Courage. Not or getting a utilization out of these or these heroes multiple times. I think is just so good. Warden is best unless you're playing Noldor. Oh yeah, and then the Character Giver gives more discard for Elven Light. Yeah, I am excited to revisit the Noldor archetype because like we've gotten a couple more Noldor cards over the last couple packs, which I think are going to be really fun. Let's grab Unexpected Courage, run it. Boom, just like that. All right, just make sure 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm excited for this deck. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go. Let's go. Also, I did go ahead. We are preparing our fleet. I chose Naralina, who reduces the cost of the first ally we play by 1. Just kind of leaning into, you know, well, it being very, very, very good, but also like it has the dual benefit of the Outlands being pretty fun, are working there. We have a starting threat of 21, 22, 32. We have no threat reduction either, other than Gandalf. We may actually want to just focus Gandalf on threat reduction, starting at 32 with no threat reduction in our deck. Makes me nervous not running like a Gladrian's Greeting. It's my safety net. What are we doing? What are we doing? Plus, the caregiver has 2 hit points. Warden only has 1, so I guess there are better quests where the caregiver is better. Oh, because of like just deal a damage to every character and stuff like that. That makes sense. Does caregiver have to exhaust in order to use its ability, or is it just discard a card from your hand? Because that's also a benefit if it doesn't have to exhaust. I've actually never used it. Warden, you have to exhaust. I really like Glorfindel, the ally. No, it's just a discard a card, limit to twice around. So that's another benefit, right? You get to actually use the caregiver as an ally for something. Okay, let's see what's 1A's going on. Shuffle the Coast of Umbra, Coast of Raider, Stormy Weather, Umbra Fleet, Voyage across the Belgier encounter sets into the encounter deck. Set the City of Corsair's encounter set aside out of play. That's over there. You can't see it. Um, as an inactive second encounter deck, prepare the Corsair deck, which is here. These are all the land enemies. Players prepare their fleet. Got Dream Chaser and Narlina. Then players add the Stormcaller to the staging area. Stormcaller here engages on 20. It has boarding 1. It cannot have attachments. I don't think I realized that it engaged at 20. That's scary, actually. Because at the end of the round, if Stormcaller is engaged with the player, either return it to the staging area or is shifting heading off course. It's a 2/6/6/18. And yeah. Add 1 copy of the Southern Belfast. So one player must reveal the top card of the Corsair deck and engage it to travel to the Southern Belfast. I guess Caregiver might be better in this cycle since it can sail or quest. Oh, it can. Yeah. Interesting. So that Stormcaller is engaging us very frequently. And then at the end of the round, it's either going back or we have to shift off course, which is bad because if we are off course, we cannot place progress. The Stormcaller is destroyed, or if the stage has 15 or more progress on it, advance to stage 2. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to have a really quick start because we have to engage that Stormcaller. It's going to board. It's going to give us an enemy every single round. We're effectively, or do we deal, or do we try and take out the Stormcaller instead of trying to quest through? Hey, Jester, got your winter clothes and hot chocolate ready for Iceman on Friday? Heck yeah, I do. I'm so pumped for Iceman. I am so excited for Iceman. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's a lot of damage to do to the Storm Caller. That being said, we could also sneak attack Stormcaller. We can throw damage via Gandalf onto Stormcaller like that because it's not immune to player card effects. It just cannot have attachments. It'll be interesting. Let's see what our opening hand is. We got Boromir. Sword of Gondor is a nice turn 1 pull. Villia is a great turn 1 pull. I mean, I think we keep that, right? Like we definitely keep that. We don't have any allies, which is the hard part. So we're losing out on Narlina. Or we don't have any allies that we can play, right? We got Boromir, but we don't have any allies that we could play. But we have a turn 2 Steward drop. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a keep. There's the Stargazer. Sick. We're good. Okay, so it's gonna be a turn 3 Steward drop if we play Villia this turn, and we want to also play the Stargazer, which we definitely do. We definitely do. We'll sacrifice a turn 2 Steward to play Villia, attach it to Elrond, give Elrond the resource in order to play the Stargazer, and then we can use the Stargazer to get Villia up and running and going. So, pretty good start. Pretty good start. Okay, so let's use these 2 resources to play Villia. Villia, we can exhaust Villia and Elrond to play the top card of our deck for free effectively. There's some nuances there. It does give us the spirit resource icon. So we're going to use the one from Elrond, then the discount from Naralina to play a Stargazer. We can exhaust Stargazer to look at the top 5 cards of our deck. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at this. We can just drop Steward into play if we wanted to. That's crazy. Hold on. Okay. Um. Okay. So we can put these back in our on the top of our deck in any order. I think Knight is the card that we want to draw, right? So we want to have this as the second card. We can throw Steward of Gondor on top, meaning that we can cheat Steward of Gondor in with Villia and Elrond, and then that would give us 2 money onto somebody. I'm thinking that the money actually goes onto Hurlian, because Hurlian is able to pay for outlands from any sphere. Elrond only can hit 2 of those outlands. We don't have a ton of spirit resources. If we don't cheat in Steward, we can cheat in Steward next turn, and we're not losing too much. That's actually probably what we do, right? Is if we play Steward right now, we don't get anything except an acceleration of 2 resources, which is important. Elrond can pay for allies of any sphere because of his ability. Yeah, you're right. Yes, Elrond gets. Yes, thank you, Jared. Thanks. I need to read cards better. So Elrond absolutely gets Steward of Gondor. Um, the other option is we could sneak in Boromir. Then we just have Boromir around. We can get Sword onto Boromir soon. And then we sneak in Steward of Gondor next turn. A sneak of Steward into next turn allows us to drop 4 long, which doesn't really do us anything, really. I think it's a we stack the deck like this. So we're gonna play Boromir, draw into Knights, cheat Steward, draw into Sword, draw into Sneak. But you do have some leadership cards like Sneak Attack, so Hurlian isn't a bad choice. Yeah, but I think we can just kind of. It also it also helps Warden if we give it to Elrond. The other thing is like, do we? Yeah, we have to get Boromir in here. We're about to take an ally or an enemy. Let's go ahead and get Boromir into play. This quest throws a lot at you real quick. Holy cow! I think both are good choices. Yeah, because the problem here now is we're about to get this enemy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we can't like we don't have questing power. Are we just taking a hit to our? We also have Prince Imithral's ability, so we could get no because he's only Gondor noble or warrior. So actually, I think what we're gonna do, we're going to get Steward and then cheat Boromir in with Prince ability, but we don't have a resource on his. We don't have a resource. Never mind. Okay. I'm really worried about dealing because we're gonna be taking damage. I think we're just gonna take a massive hit to our threat. Huh. There's a lot of issues right here at the beginning. Huh. Um Quest with the boat? I think I need the boat for sailing or defense. Right? So I think Narlina is probably defense because after stage 1, any damage on boats is dealt to our characters. So we have to mitigate the amount of risk, or we have to mitigate the amount of damage that the boats are taking, or just like be okay sacrificing probably a hero, or wait long enough that we can pass out like 16 damage. We're going to be getting probably 3 enemies, right? We're going to get 1 from here, 1 from the boarding, and then if we travel, which I think we have to travel. The other thing is that we could just miss our sailing quests and then not have. I guess if we miss our sailing test, we know we don't have to quest, but then our threat is crazy. So many issues. Okay. I think we're gonna keep Boromir. Okay. We have a sailing quest. Our sailing test. So we'll shift off course. We may just not sail. We may just not do a sail test, commit to the fact that we're not questing through this yet, right? Like we're probably not going to be able to place progress regardless this round. And then we can quest with Dream Chaser and save our threat. Maybe that's what you were saying, Try. I agree with that. So we're just going to not sail. So we're going to quest. We're going to quest with Dream Chaser for 5. I think we're going to keep Naralina. We have a defender from Prince. Do we just not travel here? Ew. I guess we could keep the Stormcaller engaged with us. We just have to shift off course. I think that probably is the better move. Is only engage. Try and only engage this one time. And then we can travel here next turn after we've dealt with the enemies. Okay, I'm good with that. So requesting for 5, showing 5. Flip. Each player reveals the top card of the Corsair deck and puts it into play. Engage with them. Great. Oh, it's the raid leader. When the raid leader engages, you move 1 resource from each of your heroes' resource pool to raid leader. Joke's on you. But now we're going to have... Okay, so we don't increase our threat. Engagement is going to come here, and then this is going to board the Corsair Infiltrator. When it attacks, give it 1 additional shadow card for each resource on it. After the engaged player collects resources at the beginning of the resource phase, that player moves 1 resource from one of his hero's resources pool to the Corsair. Okay. This may just be a scoop. Alrighty. So let's deal out shadow cards. We'll defend Naralina here. Attacking enemy gets +2, so it's going to deal 3 damage to Naralina. We're going to defend with... We could also defend with Boromir on this 5 attack. Huh. Do we sack Boromir here? We do have another Boromir in our hand. Let's sack Boromir. Excess damage from this attack is dealt to ship objectives. Don't worry, there is no excess damage. It was perfect. And then we've got jeez. We're going to take this attack undefended. I think that's the only way that we really get out of this alive. Because if we attack 3, 4... No, shoot, it's not enough. Crud. Boromir would have +2 defense. He would. He would. Good call. Oh, yeah, because it's a 40. Thank you. So he took 5, defended for 3. So he has 2 damage, and he gets to ready. Very good call, Jared. Thank you. So in that case, he has a 3 attack. Prince Armorthrill and him can take out the raid leader, which is probably what we need to do, unfortunately, even though he's going to take a resource from us. We'll block with Hurlian. 3 gets +1, +2. That is a lethal attack, which I will scoop at that point. Scoop counter goes up. Ow. That was tough. The problem is, the problem there is, I don't know what's a better start. That's my question though. Is like, can the deck even do it? Like, is that, was that not the? I guess a better start would have been to have an. I don't know of a better start. Maybe we didn't need Boromir. Maybe a, not a knight, but I think you need to leave a resource on Imrithral. Yeah. Not play Villia turn 1. Maybe that's it. I think maybe that actually is not play Villia turn 1. Because then you have the quest power from Elrond. You have all of that. You have Elrond to activate and everything. And then you can have. Okay, I like that. I like that. Also, a sneak attack Gandalf is a really good start. It's a really, really solid start. Sneak attack him in the combat phase. Okay, cool. Cool. Leave a resource on Prince. But Villia might be the wrong play, as weird as that is. Okay, so Prince can hit. Prince does not have a lot of. I guess he can hit Warden. Like, there's not actually a lot of allies in this deck that Prince can hit. And so if we leave a, I guess he's Noble. Okay, no, that's Noldor, not Noble. So, and it may just be a, you have to kind of get lucky here. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's, it's going to be a little bit over 10% of the deck. You're looking at 5% of the deck. It's I guess it kind of depends on what we draw in our opening hand to see if that would be worth it. It would also been better if you didn't get 2 Corsairs. Yeah. But I think the I think it's the right call to not travel. I do also kind of want to run this with like a Hobbit deck, just like never engage the Stormcaller. um, yeah, I think it's the right call to not. I think it's the right call to not travel. I think it's the right call to continue to shift off course and try and kill the Stormcaller. I don't know. Ugh. Hobbits is how I beat this last time I played it. Let's try this one more time and see if we just swap it out. Yeah, sneak attack, Herdsman, Bjorn, Gandalf, Steward of Gondor, and a hunter. We have a sneak attack Gandalf, which is so much value this turn 1. We don't have Villia, but I think let's try it. Let's draw into Swordsman. Okay. If we go, I think we want to go Outland. I think we want to go Herdsman as our character that we go here. More allies this time? Yeah. And I think we go, no, I want the sneak attack. If we had a knight, that'd be a little bit better. Um, so actually, what if we go? Doesn't work. Okay, that's that. We are at 32, right? Yeah, 32. So, but we have all of these resources now. I think actually, what if we do this? What if we spend one, go here, reveal it is not an outland. It is our healer, which is very sad actually. That was probably too risky, but here we are. Okay. I think Hunter is going to be our blocker. I don't think we are going to sail. So we're going to just commit to that. We're going to go for 5. Place 1 resource on each raider enemy in play. Each engaged non-ship enemy makes an immediate attack. If there are no engaged non-ship enemies, it can surge. Do a water spout. While your heading is at the worst setting, you have to travel here. After traveling here, deal 4 damage to each ship objective. Oh, geez. So that's just going to stay there forever. We'll increase our threat by 2. We're just not traveling to that. We're going to engage here. Boarding is gets +1 attack and threat for each resource. After the engaged player spends any number of resources, place one of those resources on Umbar Slaver. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We whiff there, but this actually goes here. I think this is probably scoop. Whiffing on both the hunter and I think, yeah, I don't think this deck is going to be able to do it. Sneak attack Gandalf. Deal 4 damage here. We'll defend with Naralina here. It's +2, so it's going to deal 3 damage to Naralina. The other option is once we advance to stage 2, if we have a Gandalf on the table, that can soak a lot of the ship damage that's going to be passed out. And then we are going to... Why did I not quest with... Or why did I not... I'm leaving so many... It's fine, whatever. He has 4 attack. Let's block with Elrond. Okay, take 1 damage on Elrond. Gandalf is going to attack and take him out. Then we've got... We don't have enough damage to get past the defense there, unfortunately. Okay, let's shift off course. Stand up to keep him engaged with us. Gandalf leaves. No, Gandalf comes back to our hand. Increase our threat. Pass out some money. It's another hunter. I never actually discarded sneak attack. Let's go. Oh, actually, let's do this. Let's go 1 from Hurleon. Play the swordsman. Spend 1 from Elrond to play the herdsman. We're not able. Do we just not play the? I want to get steward. I want to play steward. So actually, let's do this and go swordsman there. And do it like that. No, we're gonna just play the herdsman because I think I'd rather have the health. All right. Shift to the worst setting. So we're gonna sail this time. We're gonna commit Dream Chaser for 5 and Elrond for no, not Elrond. The herdsman. So that's gonna be 2. We fail, so we are at the worst setting. Oh, oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and quest for 3. We're showing 4, 5. Dream Chaser counts as 2, so one more. Oh, thank you. Still no. So we're going to go for 5, showing 4. We got a scouting ship that does not engage. No, it does engage us. Shoot. Oh, and it's at minus 15 engagement cost. I don't see this. I don't see this because this is going to go here. This is going to engage, and we're just overrun. This is not. I think the deck is not fast enough, which is crazy. I think it has to be you cannot engage this Stormcaller turn 1. I think that's what it is. In multiplayer may be different, but like in a solo game, I guess the other thing, let's try it one more time just with this run, because if we can get over that first hump, I think we're fine. Just a bit slow. Seems like it'd be fine if you get another turn. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If we can if we can just get, and I also think that getting Villia on the table would be really nice. And so if we could get Villia on the table turn 2, Northern Trackers also maybe just what you need to. We need to get some Northern Trackers because they're both a good defender and they can clear a lot of these nasty travel effect stuff. Let's go down to 32. That sneak attack Gandalf was, I mean, that's the other thing. I feel like a sneak attack Gandalf was the only reason that we survived that long. I don't know. That was weird. My thing just told me that I went offline. So no, it looks like we're good. I don't know what that was. Okay, yeah, the sneak attack Gandalf I think was almost like a required play to take out the Raider turn 1. All right, which is a huge ask. There's Gandalf. Don't have sneak attack, but we do have a Villia. Hmm. It's weird because like I think that's a almost a perfect hand. Like for it's a really really good hand. We have a knight turn 1 play, retaining the ability to use Prince's ability. A turn 2 Steward drop, a turn 2 Villia drop. If we can just survive this first turn, I think we're good. Let's try it. Draw into another Gandalf. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to use Narlina to play the knight. The other option would be, is it better to? I don't think it is. I think a turn 1 Villia is not the play here. We need Elrond's stats. I think Elrond is our defender on turn 1. for whatever boards us. The problem, the scary thing about that is that those Corsairs could steal our resources. The Corsairs steal our resources, we'll let it take Elrond's resource. It's actually not that big of a deal because we need Steward, or we need 2 here for Steward. Elrond can drop or can get the Steward, get 2 resources, play Vilya by himself. I think that's the route that we're going to go. Okay, so we're sailing, we're not sailing. Dream Chaser is questing by itself for 5. The warship? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hey, Christ, thanks for the follow. I think the warship is an auto like I mean like we can limp around. We can limp through it for yeah. We can limp through it to a turn and then we lose. So we'll just scoop there, I guess. But I don't think that was a fair that wasn't a fair. I feel like if you top deck a warship, you lose this quest, right? Like there is not a option to not lose, right? Jeez, because it has archery 4, and I think healing is gonna be or your health is gonna be so critical because you're gonna be dealing so much damage to everybody. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Whew. That's unfortunate. Because you don't engage it, because then you're taking on 5 enemies turn 1. Reveled in Wrath? I don't even know that card. I assume it's a tactics card, right? Play only if you control a Noldor hero. Choose a non-unique enemy until the end of the phase. Treat the chosen enemy's printed text box if they're blank except for traits. That just buys you a turn, right? Or you can engage it. I don't know. That's tough. It blinks boarding, yeah, but then you're still dealing with like its 6 attack, right? And then that every damage that a ship does is a damage done to characters in this quest. Which is I think the hardest part, right? Because you got each player assigns damage among non-ship characters they control equal to the total damage on each ship objectives. Yeah, so if you get a warship, it blinks archery, I guess, too. All right. Is the 6 that I just drew? I did just draw 6. Okay. So we do have a sneak attack Bjorn is not awful. It's not great. We do have a Vilya. We don't have a Steward. I think we keep this. Draw into Steward. Ah, dang. I think we do play the Vilya this turn. We don't even have an ally that we can play. That's so unfortunate. We do have a sneak attack Bjorn, which can be the defense. I don't think we use Vilya this turn. Hey, running. Life is good. Life is good. How's yours? Or what if we Vilya? I think this deck beats a lot of quests, but probably not this one. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's go out in the Blaze of Glory and see what Vilya brings us. Christmas presents, Knights of the Swan, not the finish you'd hope for. Let's build a Hobbit deck. We'll count that as a scoop. Alrighty. Keep threat low. Morning, everybody. Finally able to catch a Lord of the Rings stream. Happy you're here. Yeah. Alrighty. So, Hobbits. Just came here to give a like and subscribe. Oh, thank you so very much. Thanks for the like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day, Zoro. Things are going well. Nothing really crazy happening. Sometimes that's what you want, right? Glad to hear everything's going well. I think we go. Oh, geez. Pre-Iceman predictions, tier and best aspects, multiplayer protection, solo. Probably leadership with Mirage. So I think him and Mirage are going to be best of friends because Iceman lowers the thwart of the character with those ice things attached. And so then if you use Mirage, then you get to stun him, I think, right? Who are we cutting out? Who's not making the cut? I think Pippin. I think Pippin is. I think we want lore. I have not played Hobbits in a hot second. Whew. 1,000 miles away. Do we go Bilbo? Do we go Merry? Do we want tactics? Do we need tactics? These are all fun questions. Tactics gets us access to like the sword, which is really nice. Oops, sorry about that. And +1 attack for each Hobbit hero you control. After he participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, ready another character that participates in that attack. I think we don't go tactics. I think we go Sam and Frodo? Probably Frodo. Actually, there's the biggest hailstorm I've ever seen. Oh, geez. That's crazy. Weather has been insane. It's been raining so much here. I'm so ready for the rain to stop. Yeah, I think we go blue. Actually, what about Glorfindel? What if we run Glorfindel instead of like a Hobbit here, right? Oh, we have Merry. Merry's after an enemy is revealed from the top of the encounter deck, exhaust Merry to reduce your threat by that enemy's. If Fatty. Nah. Frodo, I think, would be the play. I think Glorfindel is a better play here. I've been trying to find a data Mograss, but that's same. I was able to do like my front and side yard, but like the back and the other side of the house is just not it. It is a marshland, and now it has like this giant grass and all of that. So each Hobbit or each enemy you play gets +1 engagement cost for each Hobbit hero. So actually, isn't there a card that we can only play if we only control Hobbits? Or after a non-unique enemy attacks you, put that enemy on the bottom of the encounter deck. If your threat is lower than an enemy, set your threat equal to the engagement cost. I've been trying to find a day. Yeah. Lower the cost of play for each Hobbit or Ranger hero you control. Okay. 5 to each enemy engagement cost. There's a neutral card that needs all hobbits. Play only if each of your heroes is a hobbit. Enemies engaged with you do not attack this phase. You cannot declare attacks this phase. Hmm. I think Glorfindel is worth that. I think it's worth running Glorfindel over that card because the stat line is incredible. The other option is we just run Glorfindel ally. No, because if we run Glorfindel hero, I can run Elrond's council and just reduce threat all the way down. I think it's Glorfindel. I think let's try Glorfindel. That also gives us some access to some decent attack. Sam can do some attack as well, but we go Glorfindel. That puts our starting threat at 19, and then enemies engage at 21. So I think I'm happy with that. Let's grab. We want sneak attacks. We want Gandalf's. Just gonna run through and see if there's anything in here that we want unexpected courage. Probably right. We want unexpected courage for Sam because we can have Sam quest with his really powerful 3. Is this the last quest in the Dream Chaser cycle? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I do want Steward. Gandalf. Hmm. Sneak attack. Ooh, Boromir. Boromir. No, we don't have tactics. Just kidding. Alrighty. I have to go through and like see what all the Hobbit things are now, so I don't even remember. Ranger, 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 Int. Ooh. Does the Stormcaller give you enemies? Yes. Yeah, Stormcaller has boarding 1. After the attached hero quest, successfully name a card type, discard the top card of your deck. If the interesting, it had a Hobbit on it. That's why I started looking at it. Hmm. What about noiseless movement? Choose an enemy in the staging area. That enemy does not make engagement checks this round. Then, if your threat is 20 or less, this is the first time you've played a copy of noiseless movement this round. Return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. 100% we're doing that. We also we also may still want to run those healers. I'm gonna run Northern Trackers. Would we rather go with Fast Hitch over Unexpected Courage? I think the answer to that is yes, right? We don't necessarily want Unexpected Courage for Glorfindel. We want Light of Valinor for Glorfindel, and we just run 2 copies of Fast Hitch. That's not. Farmer Maggot's pretty good. Getting Prince and the Allen trait may be your top need. We've moved on from that deck, but I think the issue with that would be I spend all the resource getting him the Allen trait, then he could grab Outland characters, but that would be the issue. Wait, if this is the last Dream Chase quest, does that mean we'll get an unboxing after this? If we win, yes, we're unboxing Land of Shadow, part 2 of Two Towers. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looking for Hobbit stuff. Strider's Path is interesting. There's some pretty tough location with travel effects. If no enemies were engaged this phase, deal 1 damage to each enemy in the staging area. Then the players as a group may spend 3 tactics resources to deal 2 additional damage to each enemy in the staging area. 1 for 1. I don't know. I think we're going for the quest at this point. We're not going to destroy the Stormcaller. Oh, Asphaleth. Heck yeah. I forgot about Asphaleth. Ah, I love Asphaleth. Let's go Ancient Matham as well. And go 2 copies of Asphaleth. Yeah, heck yeah. Place 2 progress on any location. Resolve this effect for each copy of the Evening Star currently in your discard. That's pretty good. Probably want Build a Pony. I definitely want Build a Pony. Build a Pony. Yeah, Bilbo. After Bilbo back in, search your deck for a pipe attachment and add it to your hand. Why do we want pipe attachments? Have I just not seen the card that I want a pipe attachment for, or is we got Bill? Is this deck relying on keeping engagement cost real low? Yeah. Robin Smallborough, Gaffer Gamgee, perhaps. Smoke rings, pipes to keep the threat down. Robin Smart. I don't know that card. Robin Smallborough. After you travel to a location, spend a spirit resource to raise your engagement cost of each enemy you play by X until the end of the round, where X is the location's quest points. Any player may trigger this response. I like Robin Smallborough even before I read that. A 2 for a 2 is pretty nice. And then Gaffer Gamgee. I want Galadrim's Greetings as well. Gaffer Gamgee, where you at? When did Gaffer Gamgee enter the game? So there's a chance I don't have him. I don't think you have Gaffer yet. Oh, okay, sweet. But we do got Robin Smallborough. Raise your threat by 1 to look at the top card of the encounter deck, then reduce your threat by X, where X is the threat of that card. Secrecy 2. I think secrecy is something that we do want to be cognizant of and keeping our mind. No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Raise your threat by 1 to look at the top card in counter deck, then reduce your threat by X, where X is the top. Doomed 3. Secrecy 3. Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. You can select one and move it to the bottom of the encounter deck. Return any unselected cards to the top of the encounter deck in any order. I feel like that is worth it. Risk some light. Hobbit Pipe will help with the card draw after lowering threat. Smoke Rings lowers threat for each pipe and raises. Ooh, okay. Okay. I assume those are blue, right? Search top 5 cards in the counter deck for any one non-objective card worth no victory points and add it to the victory display. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Out of the Wilds is Corsair Warship, of course, is Victory 6. All right, let's look at the blue cards. So we definitely want Light of Valinor. Elrond's Council. Probably want 2 copies or 3 copies of Elrond's Council. Do we want 3 copies of Light of Valinor? That's a question. Alrighty, Hobbit Pony attached to the Hobbit character. If the attached character is not committed to the quest, exhaust Hobbit Pony and attach. Exhaust Spare Hood and Cloak to exhaust the attached character to ready another character. One thing I love about this game, putting 3 copies of a card, you're drowning in it. 2 copies, it never. Yeah, right? Right? 100%. After your threat is raised by an encounter card effect, reduce your threat by an equal amount. Exhaust the character you control that is not committed to the quest, commit that character to the quest. Hobbit Pipe. After your threat is reduced by an event card, exhaust Hobbit Pipe to draw a card. Yeah, that's worth it. Hobbit Pipe. And then that's what Bilbo can grab. I don't know if I've ever played with Hobbit Pipe, actually. Haven't played with the ponies. Yep, never played with Hobbit Pipe. And then you said Smoke Rings? Then I think we're getting close to where we just need to start adding allies. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We actually don't have a ton of allies in this deck. After a Hobbit exhausted defending against an attack, it's probably never gonna happen. Do we need a test of will here? We may not need Ancient Matham, actually. Or yeah, we'll probably let's just get all the cards that we want and then we can start cutting. Don't need to start cutting quite yet. Choose X questing Hobbit characters you control. Ready each chosen character and remove them from the quest, then reduce your threat by X. That's interesting. I don't know if it's what we need. So I don't really see them getting removed from the quest. That Smoke Rings, there it is. Reduce your threat by 1 for each pipe you control. Each hero with a pipe attachment gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase. Just make sure you get some sturdy defenders for the end game. You have to defeat a lot of enemies. Gross. Does that mean we should go tactics? Grab Snowborn, just pull it out. Where's my smoke rings? Good morning, Kevin. How you doing? There they are. You don't need tactics, but something like Treebeard or the other version of Gandalf can survive his attacks. Oh, Treebeard is interesting. Spirit and Lore don't have the strongest. Maybe Gildor? Gildor. He's a Lore, right? He's the... Just remember him. He's pretty expensive Lore, right? Gildor. I mean, aside from Ents. Yeah. Ents are also kind of interesting. Because if we splash some of the Ents, then like the deck is keeping threat low, and so we don't necessarily need an immediate impact, and so the slowness of the Ents could actually be fine. I think Ents are interesting. Bring lots of healing hobbits and have low hit points. I don't know. Lots of healing. I don't know if I have. I grabbed Warden already. Thought I did. I did not grab Warden. If we grab Warden, then we can. I kind of like the splash of Ents here. Warden may be a must run. Sweet. All right. What do we just tribute? Let's grab 2 copies of Treebeard. And let's splash Ents. I'll go with Wellington Preservers. Because that's healing. I'm just gonna grab a ton of stuff and then we're gonna have 70 cards and we're gonna cut it down. We're gonna go wandering as well. I think we're probably only going to grab 2 wandering. Do we need to? Quick Beam is a great attacker. Let's grab 2 copies of Quick Beam. Treebeard can also pay for tactic sense if you feel you need them. What are the what are the tactic sense? Oh yeah, they're really good, aren't they? I think it's worth it. I mean, Booming Ent. Ooh, and the Durndingle is a good defender. Let's go. Let's grab Booming and Durndingle. I don't know if we need Beachbone. Yeah, I don't know if we need Beachbone, just because we're not running tactics. We may actually run 3 Boomings. Durndingle. I don't know why I'm looking at B for Durndingle. Quick Beam, you need something immediately, yeah. And I think we have a lot of options outside of Quick Beam for that. Do we there are no ints outside of lore and tactics, right? Are those the only ints? So I think like a really good play would be to get uh if we can get Treebeard out turn 1, we feel real good, right? We use the discount in Narlina to get Treebeard out turn 1. We feel really good. And neutral. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just forget enter quite inexpensive for their stat line. Yeah, just because they interplay exhausted. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2. So we have to cut 12 cards. I'm going to cut 1 copy of Noiseless Movement. I think I may cut I'm going to cut Ancient Matham. I was like, I could cut Darren's Ruins, but I feel like Darren's Ruins helps us get set up so well. Cut 2 copies of Ancient Matham. Oops, sorry about that. 1, 2. Risk some light is really good for sailing checks. I forgot about that. But I think the trade-off might work here because you're keeping your threat pretty low until some crazy shirtless dudes jump on your ship at the end, and hopefully you have a wall of trees by then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that visual. Okay, I'm just recounting because I mixed up my stacks. 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe I'll cut the Snowborn. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20. Do we need... I feel like we probably do want two boomings, or 3 boomings. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm gonna go down 1 booming. I'm gonna go to 2 boomings, just because if we draw that turn 1, it's a feel bad. Did I grabbed Quick Beam? I don't think I want Quick Beam. Yeah, if we're running booming, I don't think I need Quick Beam. A lot of people talk about DC Champions. If it happened, what hero would you play? I'd probably play Red Hood. I've always been a Flash fan. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alrighty, so we only have 4 cards that we need to cut at this point. Where does our steward go? And even weirder question, do we need a Steward of Gondor? Gotta go, Batman. Yeah. Or Mr. Miracle? I don't know, Mr. Miracle. I think Steward goes on Glorfindel. Just from the spirit distribution. But I'm looking at this. I think Sword of Gondor is good. I don't know if it's a run 3 copies good. Let's cut out one of those. So if we don't get it, we don't get it, and we're okay. What does Mr. Miracle do? Hmm. Batman, I feel like he could be like really fun with all the tech cards and stuff. Do we need a ready for Pippin? We don't need a ready for Pippin. Let's cut a fast hitch. We do want a ready for Sam though. Ugh, two cards. Why is it so hard to cut two cards? He cheats death, but he's the adopted son of Darkseid. Probably play similar to Deadpool. Oh, nice, nice. That's fun. That's fun. I cut a Darren's Ruins. We also don't have. We don't have a. We don't have Test of Wills in here again. Go. We're gonna cut down and go down to one. Please, I hope not. My poor wallet. But if they did, probably Doctor Fate, Batman, or Captain Marvel, Shazam. Nice. You still have Steward of Gondor. Consider replacing it for Resourceful since you're gonna go in the secrecy route. That's a yes. I like that. I really like that because the Gondor trait doesn't matter. Where's Resourceful? R. It's a cost 4 secrecy 3, right? But it also doesn't require Sam to have the money to play it because it's a neutral. Yeah. Good call. Good call. I didn't even look at leadership cards. Are there any leadership cards we need? Yeah, there's no leadership in this deck, really. Oh gosh. Totally forgot about secrecy as a mechanic. Yeah, right? Right? Is there any. I know there's a couple secrecy allies. Rivendell Scout. Eh. Dunedain Warrior. Not worth it. Played a custom Red Hood before, but it wasn't very good. Then again, it recently got updated, so I might try it again. Just hope DC would somehow be cross compatible with Marvel. I guess is that it would have to be, right? It's really not. Yeah, I don't really think that there's a ton of Hobbit support in purple. Timely Aid. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Put one revealed ally into play if able. Timely Aid is interesting. Is Timely Aid worth dropping into the deck? So it's basically a 1 for. I don't know what I would cut. Timely Aid would be another way to get tactics sent into play. Oh, that's true. That is really, really true. That's worth figuring it out then. Do we just cut out the Darren's? I think we're just gonna let's just swap Darren's ruins for Timely Aid and see what happens. And then we're just gonna hope and pray that we draw the right cards at the right time, right? I think that is a strategy that I think is very acceptable in Lord of the Rings. It's just a hope. Are we doing Test of Will? Or are we again going that hope route? I think we're just going the hope route. Alrighty, sweet. I'm excited. I have not played Hobbits in a hot second, so this is gonna be fun. Hobbits and Glorfindel. Glorfindel without Frodo. This is the alternate timeline where this is the alternate timeline where Eowyn took Frodo to Rivendell. For cutting Darren's ruins, might as well just have Darren's ruins to be. Are you allowed to go over 50 cards? I thought the deck size in Lord of the Rings was 50. I didn't think that you could have a deck that was a different size than 50. There is no upper limit. Really? I don't think I knew that. I thought I read the rule book that it was the deck size in Lord of the Rings is 50 cards. That changes some options or some. Huh. Okay. There's actually a contract. Yeah, and like I've played that contract, and like I just assumed that those contracts broke that rule. Okay, cool. You're the expert. I trust you. Alrighty, coffee for power. We're hoping to draw Treebeard. Alrighty. So the goal here is to quest through, not deal the damage, which hopefully means that we're not taking any damage on our ships. Which, yeah, saying it out loud, I think this is a much better strategy than trying to destroy that Stormcaller, because then you just have to deal damage to everybody, and that's just really, really tough. 53 cards. What a fun day. Are we nerds? I think we're nerds. I'm happy with that. There's a quest that requires you to stay at 50 cards, but no requirement. Oh, okay, sweet. Cool. Well, that's good to know. I don't think I would ever really make a habit of going over 50. But that is good to know. Now I'm trying to think if we're just gonna run this deck, but that a deck like this that has so much card draw potentially could run like more. We've always been nerds and proud, yeah. Okay, sweet. Draw 6 cards. We're looking for Treebeard. Boom. And a Timely Aid and a Light of Valinor. Are we and a Bill? Holy cow, team! Holy cow, team! Yeah, the Lord of the Rings, the Astari, are the Valor over here telling us like, yes, this is the route to go. We're definitely keeping this. Let's draw a card, and Warden of Healing on the top deck. Team, let's get destroyed by this quest and get our hopes and dreams crushed. Alrighty. I'm gonna play Bill. He gets. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that first. We're gonna play Treebeard first. Treebeard enters play exhausted. He cannot have restricted attachments. He does gain a resource at the beginning of each phase, and they can be used for int cards played from our hand. Then we're going to play Build a Pony, whose cost is reduced by 2 if you have Sam in play. Let's go Darren's Ruins to draw 1, 2. We'll discard Treebeard. Got Risk Some Light. Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. You can select one of those and move it to the bottom of the encounter deck. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to play Risk Some Light. 1, 2, 3. Deal 1 shadow card to each ship enemy in play. Then if you are off course, each ship enemy in play. No, what this is going to allow us to do. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So we're going to throw this on the bottom. This on the top, which is a guaranteed success on our sailing quest. And then we're going to flip into deal 1 shadow card to each ship enemy in play. So it's going to have a shadow card, which should be fine. Page 6 of the rules reference has the rules for deck building, including deck size. It does not. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Was that like the perfect draw? Yugi, is that you? Yes, I trusted in the heart of the cards. My grandfather's deck has no bad cards. That is my favorite like nerd culture quote. I think my grandfather's deck has no bad card. I love it. It's so great. Alrighty, let's rock and roll, team. We're gonna sail with Bill. Actually, that's a hilarious concept. Bill is over here taking helm of the Dream Chaser. We do succeed there. So we're showing 5, and we're gonna quest all out. There's no reason for us to not quest here. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for us to not quest every single bit we got. So we got 8, 10. That pushes us. No, it doesn't. 8, 10, 16. We're showing 5. So we place 11. Build a pony? More like build a goat. I love that. That's amazing. I want a shirt. Build a goat. Yeah, I think we quest all in. There is an argument to be made that we don't quest with Glorfindel to save draw monster Cardo. Yes. There's a argument to be made that we don't quest with Glorfindel to preserve our threat. We're gonna go to 20. Let's not quest with Glorfindel because then we can play Timely Aid next turn. If we quest with Glorfindel, we're going to be at 21 starting next turn, and we turn off the secrecy for Timely Aid. So let's just go ahead. Let's quest with 3, 8, 10, 13. We'll deal a shadow card to the Stormcaller. And we're showing 5. We quested for 13, meaning that we place 8 here. You can tell we made it really far into the quest because now I'm just now realizing that I never had my quest counter out here. Alrighty. Stand up. Increase our threat. Pass out money. Treebeard gets some. Draw into Bilbo Baggins. Let's freaking go. I think we want to play Light of Valinor on Glorfindel. Or do we? Do we hang out? First ally you play each round. Timely Aid is put the revealed ally into play. Let's go ahead and use Sam to play Timely Aid. I think this will give us a lot of information. 5 cards. So Bill, not playable. Robin Smallborough is Elrond's Council. Well, there you go. There's Bilbo right there. Let's put Bilbo into play. After Bilbo Baggers enters play, search our deck for a pipe attachment. So we'll go ahead and grab a Hobbit's Pipe and put it into our hand. Shuffle our deck. Yo, this deck is ice skating real good. We still have not used our ally discount either. So we're gonna use our ally discount for Warden of Healing. And then we'll drop a Light of Valinor on Glorfindel. We'll drop a Hobbit Pipe on Sam. I like that. I always end up forgetting HP counters until I go to deal damage. Yeah. Yeah. So after your threat is reduced by an event card, exhaust Hobbit Pipe to draw a card. Sweet. And yeah, I mean, like, Bill gives all of our Hobbit characters +1 hit points. Bilbo is feeling pretty good. We got Warden of Healing. I'm Pippin keeps the Stormcaller from engaging, so it looks like yeah. I think we quest hard right now, and then we get rid of everything. Okay, I've never made it this far in my life. Corsair deck into the second encounter deck. Battle Harden, Watchtower, Shatter Monument. Captain say here, set them aside. Each player searches an encounter deck for one enemy and one location, adds them to the staging area. We're adding so many things to the staging area. Holy cow. Yeah, I think we're smooth sailing, but let's go ahead and do our sailing check. We'll go Warden, Bill. We're showing 5. If I quest for 2, 4, 7, 10, I think I want to keep Dream Chaser on. Let's go Gnarlina for... No, we'll go Bilbo. Gnarlina's a better quester. So let's go 3. God, no. Does that matter? It does matter. We cannot place progress. Shoot. Ah. Crud. Alrighty, now we're questing. That's not great. Okay. We'll quest for 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we're showing 13. We're showing 5. We'll flip into Southern Belfast. We have to reveal the top card of the Corsair deck to travel here. But that is enough so we don't raise our threat. So let's stand up, increase our threat. Probably too good to stay at the stage anyway to keep Gnarlina's discount for another. Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot that we're gonna destroy all of our allies too. Okay, let's draw a card into Galadriel's Greeting. Not an ally. Pass out some money. We're at 21. That engages us at 22. So we actually may stay just one more round. We could stay another round if we wanted to. Because, like, I don't have a play. So we can go directly into sailing. And we have to hit this sail check. Let's go Dream Chaser for 2. 3, 4, 5. There's 1 success, 2 success, 3 success. Okay, so we're good there. We're not engaging this round. So let's go ahead and go 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Because we're now showing 8. So we're gonna all out quest for 13. Gonna flip into the light cruiser. Which is a 4. Okay. So that's 12. We only placed 1. We're about to get locked out of being able to quest through this thing. Shoot. Okay. Increase our threat. So that's 22. So now this will engage us unless we reduce our threat somehow. Pass out money. Draw into another smoke rings. Okay, so we do have a smoke ring play, and so we could use smoke rings to get +1 threat and reduce our threat by 1. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that because that's going to draw us a card. So reduce your threat by 1 for each pipe you control. Each hero with a pipe attachment gets +1 to the end of the phase. Shoot. Never mind, I'll do that later. Okay. So we'll go directly to sailing. We have to hit the sailing check, or I think we lose the game. So that's a fun idea. Do we go risky and go 2? Sail with Treebeard and Redium. I like that idea. We go 3 there. We ready Treebeard. I think we have to assume that that's going to hit. We need the 5 from Dream Chaser. Nope. Nope. Yes. Let's go. Good call, Jared. MVP. All right. So we're good there. We're going to go Glorfindel to play Smoke Rings. Reduce our threat by 1. Hobbit Pipe will draw us a card into Robin Smallwood. And then Sam has 4. So let's go ahead and... 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit the wrong button. Let's quest for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's 21. We still have a ready Glorfindel. Yeah. So 21. It's another light cruiser. Holy cow. So that's 8, 10, 16. We add 7, so we are good here. Whew. Your ships have been scattered upon the rocks. You barely managed to make it to shore. Winterville, shuffle the Corsair deck and Corsair discard pile into the second encounter deck. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for each copy of Battle Harden and each copy of Watchtower. And shuffle them into this encounter deck. Battle Harden and Watchtower. There's Battle Harden. Watchtower. Battle Harden. Is there only one copy of Watchtower? No, there's the second copy. Cool. Okay. Shuffle them into the second encounter deck. Boom. Set the current encounter deck and discard pile aside inactive. Then the second encounter deck becomes the active encounter deck advanced to stage 3. All right, actually, this is 2A. Each player assigns damage among non-ship characters he controls equal to the total damage on ship objectives they control. Discard all ship enemies, ship objectives, and oceans in play. So that's everything. What do you think happens to this card? Does this gets discarded, and then this will be then discarded before the switch? That's right, because this is 2A. Okay. I'm going to go to 3A. The Dream Chaser and her fleet have met their ultimate fate, but you still have a mission to complete. Saheer somewhere within the city. Search the encounter deck for the Shattered Monument and Captain Saheer and set them aside out of play. There's Captain Saheer. Shattered Monument sounds like a location. Yeah, there it is. Each player searches the encounter deck for one enemy in one location and adds them to the staging area. If the Stormcaller is not destroyed at stage 1, add 1 resource to each raider enemy in play. So we're gonna grab a super high threat enemy, right? Like we go raid leader. We just has a 3 threat or 3. Yeah, I think we just go raid leader. Raid leader gets +1 defense for each resource on it, and we just deal with him later, if ever. In one location. Umbar Harbor. City Corsairs, highest number of resource on each raider enemy in play. Hey, thank you for the follow, Dumb Luke. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. City Corsairs. Streets of Umbar. When faced with the option to travel the streets of the Umbars in the staging area, the players must either travel to a location named Streets of Umbar or add 2 resource to a raider enemy in play. While Watchtower is in the staging area gains force, when a raider enemy enters play, add 1 resource to it. You will have to deal with whatever enemy you choose because of stage 4. Oh, really? Oh yeah, but like later. I'll have to do it later. And by the time we get to stage 4, I'm hoping that we will have our Ent army, which can deal with him. I guess we could choose like an Umbar Slaver, but he's gonna have the same. Umbar Slaver is just as bad, actually. Yeah. The Umbar Raider. Umbar Raider's not too bad. Umbar Raider's not horrible. I think I'm just gonna stick with the raid leader. I think we're gonna go with the Streets of Umbar, mainly because Slaver's probably worse. That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. Hate that enemy. Yeah, because he's gonna be. They're gonna be collecting. Or there's a potential that they collect more resources, which means that their threat level is going to go up in the staging area, whereas the raider is just going to hang out, or the leader is just going to hang out, and then we can snipe the leader with Gandalf if we need to. I kind of want to save that for Sahir, assuming I can. Yeah, Captain Sahir is. We can just we could force snare Captain Sahir. That's interesting. Cool. Alrighty. Then find them. You hear the shouting throughout the city. Sahir has raised the alarm, set upon by all sides by the coasters. You must fight your way through and stop the captain. This goes until 18. So if we play our cards right, pun intended, we have some time. We can. This is very thematic. They're out here hunting us in the city, and we're just a secrecy, and we're just gonna hide. We're just hiding and building. That's great. Alrighty, so we're forced to travel there. Then we got the raider with 1 resource. Alrighty, let's stand up. Let's increase our threat to 22. We do have a Gladrium's Greeting in our hand, so we do have that as an option at some point. Draw a card. Into a Resourceful. Bummer. Need to get that. Need to get our threat down. um, yeah, I think right now we're just looking for if we can get an Elrond's Council, we're feeling real good. We can get a Resourceful onto the table. Let's go ahead and go 2 from Pippin to play Robin Smallborough. Yeah. I mean, actually, straight up, do we just play Resourceful for 4? Almost worth engaging enemies just to draw cards with Pippin. That's true. I also think we could probably deal with them, actually, too. We have we could honestly we probably want to. We want to chump with Bilbo so we can play Bilbo and get our second pipe. Is it worth just dropping resourceful onto Glorfindel right now for 4? Or I think time is on our side at this point, so we may let's hang out, and then we can do it again next turn. We're losing out on 1 resource, but we have the ability to spend these. That does allow us to drop a Gladrim's Greeting next turn. I do like the idea of engaging here, chumping with Bilbo. We have to deal 7 damage. Treebeard is 4, 5, 6. We have Glorfindel. Yeah, Jared. Thanks for that call. I think that's a really good call. No more sailing, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and quest with Sam and Glorfindel. We don't have to exhaust Glorfindel. That's 6. Robin Smallborough for 1-2. We're showing 3. That's 8. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and flip into When revealed, add 2 resources to each raider enemy in the staging area. Each raider enemy in the staging area gets +1 threat for each resource on it until the end of the phase. Yikes. Okay, so that's going to be... He's now a 6, so we place 2 here. Do we still have the damage? We have to still have the damage. Yeah, 100%. 100% we still have the damage. Okay, so now we are going to engage the raider leader. Pippin draws us a card. We got Asfalith. Let's go. We're going to ready Sam, and he gets +1 to all of his stats. Maybe don't engage him since he steals resource. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay just getting him out of the game at this point. Move 1 resource from each of your heroes. Oh, each of your heroes. That's worse. Hold on. Okay. So he would be 6. Oh, that's bad. That's worse. That's worse. Okay, so each of our heroes is, and I guess I cheated by drawing Asfalith, but I'll shuffle that back in. So he would be at a 7 defense. So we'd have to do 12 attack, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. We don't have the damage. We don't have the damage to do it. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we'll raise our threat to 23. We'll draw into hey, even after the shuffle, I got Asfalith. The universe wants us to have Asfalith. Resources there. Let's go ahead and spend 2 from Pippin to play Asfalith on Glorfindel. It's also a option for us to oh, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna spend all of our resources, and then he won't steal anything. Let's spend 4 to play a resourceful on Glorfindel, and let's spend 2. Oh, we can play Smoke Rings. Yeah. Okay. So he's only gonna steal 1 money from us, which is fine. We're okay with that. So now let's go ahead and quest for 6, 7, 8. So it's the same thing, showing 3. We're going to flip. Add 1 resource to each raider enemy. Then each player assigns damage amongst characters in control equal to the number of resource tokens on raider enemies engaged with them. No damage is dealt against Surge. So we get 1 here. And it surges into a Umbar Raider. It gets +1 attack for each resource on it. After it attacks you, move 1 resource from one of your hero's resource pool to Umbar Raider. Okay. We will engage here. Gets a shadow card. We're going to block with Bilbo Baggins. and its attack is 5. No shadow effect. Bilbo leaves play. This actually, he steals one of Glorfindel's. And then we are going to attack back for 3 Sam readies. We actually get to draw a card with Pippin. Hey, it's another resourceful. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. And he has 6 defense. So we deal the 5 damage. There he goes. I quested for 8. We showed 5. So this actually does clear as well. Getting ahead of myself. Alrighty. We will stand up and increase our threat to 24. Still outside of the reach of the Raider, just because of Pippin's ability. So we're going to increase our threat. So let's go ahead and draw into a Darren's Ruins. Pass out some money. I'm ready to start building my Int Army team. And Glorfindel gets 1 extra. And I think at this point, my threat is... My threat is an issue, but not an immediate issue. Let's play Darren's Ruins. We're going to draw into Durandingle and Shed Some Light. Let's toss Shed Some Light. Let's react. Spend 2 from Treebeard to play Durandingle. Let's spend 2 from Glorfindel to play Bilbo. Bilbo is going to go get us another Hobbit Pipe, which we'll throw on Pippin. Then next turn, we can play Galadriel's Greeting, get our Secrecy, get Resourceful, and start the race. And we got Smoke Rings, which is drawing us 2 cards now. The pipes are interesting. I have not played with pipes before, but it's interesting. I like them. I don't think I've really revisited Hobbits since we played with them in Fellowship. We're showing 2. We don't have to quest that hard. We're going to quest with Sam and Glorfindel. Sam gets to ready if we engage someone, so we might as well quest for 6. And then Robin is not doing much, 1, 2. And Bilbo's not doing much either, so we'll just go 2 more there. That's going to give us 10. I actually don't even know if I want to quest that much. Let's not quest with Bilbo. Let's not quest with Robin. You get more pipes next cycle. Ooh. Lowers your threat for 5 or 6. That's insane. Oh, now I'm pumped. Next cycle is in not 2 towers, right? Or are we talking about like next like true cycle? Add 2 resources to a raider enemy in the staging area. It gets +1 threat for each resource. So it's 4. We quested for 6. We'll place 2 here. We will stand up, increase our threat. Draw into a sneak attack. Now we're going. The next full cycle. Nice. I'm pumped, dude. That's exciting. And let's pass out some money. And Durandingle was exhausted, but he is no longer exhausted. Okay. Here we go. Glorfindel is going to play Galadriel's Greeting, reducing our threat by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will exhaust 2 Hobbit Pipes to draw 2 cards, which is a Elrond's Council and a Booming Ent. Let's go ahead and spend 2 from Treebeard to play the Booming Ent. We are under 19, so let's go ahead and spend 1 from Sam. To play Resourceful on Pippin. Because there's more ints in the deck. So actually, we're going to spend the 1 from Pippin there. We're going to hang on to Elrond's Council for next round or a future round. Because there's no points, because that's another source of card draw for us. There's no Secrecy or Fast Hitch in the revised edition. Oh, really? Wait, no Secrecy? Oh, like they just haven't printed those cards yet? Really? I feel like it's in the Fellowship of the Ring. I know there isn't a fast hitch. That's one that I hope that we somehow get into the revised cycle. Okay. It is now quest time. If we can get a wandering or the one that heals, we can take this guy. Probably want to kill off the raider at some point. Hey, Daring Lime. How's it going? Finally on summer break, so I had a chance to catch your stream. Nice. Nice. I owe you a response to your private message, but I've been traveling, and so it's been busy. Congratulations on finishing the... Oh, you graduated, too. Congratulations on graduating. That's awesome. How often do the reprints come out? I don't know. um, I don't know if they've announced anything that they have not printed at this point. So I think we're waiting on if they are doing more. I think. I think we're gonna take out the Umbar Raider this turn. We can have the Durndingle defend for 5. He's attacking for 5, but any extra damage we can heal later. He'll have 2 health, and so as long as we don't get a shadow card that kills the Durndingle, we're fine. And even if we do, we're kind of fine. So then we have to do 6 damage back, which is Sam and Glorfindel do 5 of that. So we're fine. We're fine. Let's go ahead and quest. We're gonna go 6 with Sam and Glorfindel. We're showing 2. Let's have Bilbo go 1, 2. Uh-oh, my next LCG addiction. Just finished getting champions all collected. Nice. Nice. Do you have a favorite hero in champions? Question for 8. We're showing 2. That's fine. When revealed, each player returns an enemy engaged with them to the staging area. Until the end of the round, enemies cannot be optionally engaged. Well, there you go. If there are no enemies in the staging area, searching counter deck and discard pile for an enemy. Alrighty, well, it's hanging out there, and that's fine. We quested for 8, showing 2, so we're going to add 6, go up to 8. The Arid Mithrin reprint comes out next week. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's... I would be shocked if they didn't reprint Return of the King. I did not realize Arid Mithrin was not out yet. Good. Thanks, Jared. The Lord of the Rings Encyclopedia. I love it. Okay, so we can't engage here, so we'll just increase our threat and stand up. We will draw a card. Hey, there's another Elrond's Council. Let's freaking go, team. Let's freaking go. Pass out money. Okay. +1. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Do we Elrond's Council outside of the quest phase? I think we do. I don't think I need the stat boost right now to push through. And so Elrond's Council, we can get the card draw to see if there's anything that we can play in the planning phase. Because I honestly don't want a lot of quest points. Let's do that. We're gonna play Elrond's Council. Reduce our threat by 1, 2, 3. We'll reduce Hobbit Pipes, or we'll exhaust Hobbit Pipes to draw into Elrond's Council and Northern Tracker. There we go. Nice. Just started with the Sinister Motives with Miles. Yeah, Miles is awesome. Yeah. Tried beating Sandman with Aggression and Peter Parker, but kept losing. Yeah. Yeah. Sandman's tough. Sandman makes you play differently. Honestly, with my custom content, I'm trying to be careful how, after the disaster that was Cream, makes Doctor Strange looks balanced. Nice. Does anyone know what FFG will print after Return of the Ring Saga? No. I don't think anyone has that knowledge. So next turn we'll drop a Northern Tracker. and we're gonna do kind of the same thing that we just did, right? Let's just quest for 6 with Glorfindel and Sam. Showing 2. I'm gonna flip into an Umbar Harbor. While it's the active location, coastal enemies get +2 defense. That is 6, so we don't place, but we don't raise our threat. We're gonna travel here, and let's go ahead and engage. He's going to attack us for 5. We're gonna defend with the Dirndingle. We're gonna deal a damage, and we have 5 defense. Shadow, if this attack destroys an ally, it does not. Okay. Now let's Sam and Pippin draws us a card. Hey, there's Fast Hitch. Let's go. Okay. So we got we have to deal, it's 2, 4, 8. So 3, 5, 8. There you go. Take out the Raider. Boom. I find it weird that they skipped Haradrim since the story is a direct continuation of Dream Tree. Oh, interesting. That is, yeah, interesting. I have played through all of Champions and finally was thinking about getting into Lord of the Rings. Any words of wisdom on the difference? Yeah. So Champion or Lord of the Rings is what I consider it more of a puzzle game where you will play a scenario, you will lose the scenario, and then the goal or the puzzle is to figure out and build a deck that can beat the scenario. So you're going to be doing a lot of tweaks. This is the 5th time that we've played, and this is a completely different deck than what we started the stream with. And so it's, you can't necessarily take one deck and play multiple different scenarios with it. It's just not going to work. The deck that we had before this was a uber powerful deck, but just based on the scenario specifics of this, of the mechanical specifics of the scenario, the deck just didn't work. And so it's been like, it's very much a puzzle. You're going to lose, and you're gonna have to figure out how to build a deck to combat the specific problems that are being thrown at you. This has been a crazy ride. Love how you're playing secretly. Yeah. How much is good to buy when you start then? I would start with the core set and potentially your favorite starter deck. So they're the 4 starter decks: Gondor, Rohan, Elves, Dwarves. All of them are really good. The core set is going to give you a lot of good cards, but the starter decks that you get and the starter decks that they've made shows the power and what the game can do, whereas the core set doesn't necessarily have that in it. Arid Mithram, let's use buff shirtless lumberjacks with Dale Heroes. Let's go. So we did not increase threat, I don't think. Yeah, so let's do that. We'll draw into another Dirndingle. Let's pass out some money. Yeah, I this is my favorite. This is my favorite out of all of them. So, highly recommend this one. I think it's amazing. Spend 2 from Treebeard to play another copy of Dirndingle. Let's spend 4 from Glorfindel to play Northern Tracker. Also, no ally limit in this game, which makes it really fun. I remember the CCG from like the 90s. You get to make a party in that one too, but it wasn't solo co-op. Yeah, I saw someone playing that at Gen Con last year. It looked really interesting. We're gonna go ahead and Elrond's Council to 1, 2, 3. We'll exhaust our Hobbit Pipes to draw 1, 2. There's our Wandering Ent. This Dirndingle is exhausted, by the way. We'll spend 2 from Pippin to play a Wandering Ent. Let's Darren Ruins to draw into Light of Valinor. Gandalf, Light of Valinor gets tossed, but now we have that sneak attack Gandalf that we have been craving. I also think new players need to know not to beat their heads against the third quest. That's a really good point, Jared. Yeah. I still have not beat the third quest in the core box. It's incredibly challenging. So with the game, you should set up the mission, then build your deck around it. Yeah. And so running, what I do in at the beginning of this any of these streams, I kind of do that where I read through the deck and I see what the challenges that they're going to throw. And then I try and build a deck that's going to combat that specific challenge. I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to tweak. I'm going to lose, I'm going to tweak, I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to tweak. And so um, sometimes there are times where it's like, I really want to play the Sylvan archetype. And like, if it's, and you can build a Sylvan archetype, there are going to be some quests where it's just going to be brutally impossible to win with that type of archetype. But there are some times where you can like take one of those starter decks or take an archetype deck, play it, and see how it fared. And then that's probably how I'd recommend playing the first quest, uh, or the first couple of times you play a quest. Play it again, see how you fare, and then like, oh, maybe the dwarves are going to be better at this. And as you play more, you'll understand like what the different archetypes do best. Alrighty, we want to quest through this guy. So keep trying until you get it right. Yeah, yeah. And like I think it's not necessarily like a not a failure. It's a you're learning, and it's very much a I think it's a really fun like I had asked Falith last turn. Huh. I think it's a really fun like you're going to be humbled by this game, and I think that's fun. That makes sense. Do we want to ask Falith? I actually don't. I'm kind of okay just not pushing. We just build a little bit. We'll quest for 6. Sam will be exhausted. We got the Umbar Slaver. +1/+1 for each resource on it. After the engaged player spends any number of resources, place one of those resources on Umbar Slaver. Okay, so we quested for 6, showing 2. We'll place 4 here, which is clear. Then we will optionally engage here. Pippin will trigger and draw us a card into a Robin Smallborough. We will unexhaust Sam. What tokens are you using? These are from Buy the Same Token. These glass tokens are from Etsy. I believe since you're on Twitch, if you use the command accessory, it'll bring up the link to the doc where I have all of the links and everything to take you directly to them. So we got an attack of 2. We're gonna Durndingle this. Oh yeah, we're gonna Durndingle. Durndingle was exhausted, right? No, Wandering just wasn't exhausted. Durndingle 2. Attack enemy as a raider. Move 1 resource from a hero you control to the attacking enemy. So now he is attacking for 3. We have a 5 defense, so we're good. And then Booming is going to attack for 2, 3, 4. Glorfindel is... We have enough attack. Clear that guy. Now we stand up. Increase our threat. The learning experience is really fun. Learning the ways to deal with the hill troll in the second class feels so good once you get it. Yeah. And I think that's a good way to put it. It's not you keep failing. It's so satisfying once you finally figure out the solution. I think that's why I love the game so much. Okay. Draw a card into another Gandalf. Nice. Alrighty. Are we ready to push through this? I think we're probably ready. The Shattered Monument to the staging area. Put captain side here. Engage with the first player. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile and adds an enemy to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Add 1 resource to each raider enemy in play. Cool. I think we can. Let's set it up so that we can get close to taking it out. FFG should print a most useful kit with hero cards like Spirit Glorfindel or Lore Aragorn. I would like that. Like, if they're not planning on reprinting those products, like Loragorn, Glorfindel, a couple Fast Hitch, like there are a couple of key cards that are probably not getting reprinted. That would be nice to see. Let's go Council. 1, 2, 3. Hobbit Pipes to go. Whoa, there's the Preserver. And another sneak attack. Let's freaking go. Let's go 3 off of Pippin to play the Preserver. And then we will Uh, let's quest for 6. Let's quest for 8. 6 is the same. Umbar Harbor. Alrighty. So that's 4. So we're going to add 4. That's going to take us up to 12. We'll travel here. We'll stand up. We can heal from the Durndingle. We ready there. We're going to pass out some money. Treebeard. Get 2 there on Pippin. 1 for Sam. Do you think Sam feels left out because everyone else is getting 2 resources and he's only getting 1? Draw into another Gandalf. Holy cow. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Did not encourage start. Okay. Let's Asfalith, and we'll Asfalith this round. Let's go ahead and clear that. We Asfalith last round. We'll Asfalith this round. Let's go ahead and Smoke Pipe. Reduce your threat by 1 for each pipe you control. That's 2. And then we'll go 2 Hobbit Pipes to draw 2 cards. Timely Aid and Galadriel's Greeting. Let's go ahead and Timely Aid. Ooh, Preserver or Tracker? Probably the Preserver. Preservers are easier to play than the Trackers. Let's play a Tracker. But yeah, with my Cream, the Rabbit hero, Juggernaut, it should in theory be a bad matchup, but she just didn't care. Nice. Sometimes it's fun to just destroy stuff. Alrighty. We're showing 12. We have 12 progress on the quest. We need 18. Let's quest with Glorfindel and Sam. And a Wellington Preserver. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9. Showing nothing. Flip into add 1 resource to the engaged raider enemy. Assigns damage. If no damage is assigned by this effect, it gains Surge. Surge is into the Corsair Infiltrator. After the engaged player collects resources at the beginning of the resource phase, that player moves 1 resource from one of his hero's resource pool to the Corsair Infiltrator. Love the Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, it's nice. Alrighty. So that places, we quested for 9, we're placing 7, so that's going to push us. Add the Shattered Monument to the staging area. So Shattered Monument, each raider enemy with at least 1 resource is immune to player events. Oh, wow. At the beginning of the resource phase, add 1 resource to each raider enemy in play. Hate that. And then put Captain Sahir into play, engage with the first player. For each point of damage Sahir would take, discard 1 resource from him and cancel that damage. For every 5 resources on Captain Sahir, he makes an additional attack against the engaged player each combat phase. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an enemy and adds it to the staging area. I think we go Slaver. This says that it's immune to player events. So we're just going to grab the Raider. The Raider will just snipe with the Wellington Preserver, you say, Gordon Ramsay. But we can snipe here with Gandalf. Add 1 resource to each raider enemy in play. 1. When any enemy has resource in it, Captain Sahir gains indestructible. When a hero and enemy is destroyed, adds its resources to Captain Sahir. Oh, interesting. If it's destroyed, the players have put an end to the game. I'm going to travel here. Um, it is combat phase. We have a threat of 13. He gains indestructible. Indestructible means that he can't die, right? But I can still damage him. Like that's fine. I can still deal damage to Captain Sahir. So I have the rules right here. Cannot be destroyed by damage. Okay, yeah. So I can still deal damage to him. Um. Okay, let's go ahead and engage the Raider here. That's gonna ready Sam. That's gonna draw a card from Pippin. Then we are going to deal shadow cards. We're gonna spend a resource to play sneak attack, put Gandalf into play, and deal 4 damage here. This says that they are immune to player events. Gandalf is not an event. So that's going to take him out. Then we are going to defend our Sahir's attack with Gandalf. So he's attacking for 6. Gandalf. The attack destroys an ally. Does not. But Gandalf takes damage. But Gandalf's about to pop back to our hand. We are then going to attack the Captain Sahir. For each point of damage he would take for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, which is enough to deal. We might as well just kind of throw. We'll attack him for infinite. Or we'll attack him for 15. So he has 15 damage on him. We'll attack him for this much. He has that much damage on him. Gandalf's going to pop back to our hand. During the refresh phase, we'll spend a Sam. We'll sneak attack Gandalf to kill here. And that's victory. Right? Yeah. That's game. Because, yeah, Gandalf takes him out. And now he loses indestructible because there's no there are no enemy with resources on it. So yeah, there you go. GG's. We didn't even take out the Shattered Monument. Interesting. It's weird that we didn't have to take this out. It's weird that they're immune to player events. I'm surprised that I guess player card effects could be really detrimental. But there you go. That is the end of the Dream Chaser. Nice. Didn't know what was going on, but loving the vibes of this game. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a really, really fun game. The ints, I think the ints provided security more than they actually ever did anything. So yeah, awesome. That's the end of the Dream Chaser cycle. I really enjoyed the Dream Chaser cycle. I loved the quest. I thought that the mechanics were really cool. They are really long quests. I think that's the only potential downside. I don't think it is a downside for me, but I can see it being a downside for some. But yeah, awesome. So I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee, and then we're gonna unbox the Land of Shadow, which is the second box in the Two Towers Saga expansion. So we're gonna get to see some cards that we are very familiar with from the books, and yeah, pretty pumped. Alrighty, I'll see y'all very, very soon. Alrighty, it is time to unbox the Land of Shadow, which is the second scenario pack for the second saga expansion for the Two Towers. Nine! Sorry, fellas. Late for the stream. I had to take care of things. Let's leave it at that. Hope everything's okay. Welcome. I'm just playing. I'm doing good. We just finished the Dream Chaser cycle. Now we're unboxing the big box expansion for the Land of Shadow. Now, this was repackaged into the Two Towers Saga campaign box, which is that campaign box has this plus the I don't even remember what the other expansion was called. Astra? We're not going to. Are you doing them in? I'm doing them in the order that they were released. And so I believe that this was released right after the Dream Chaser cycle because they were interspersing the different sagas in between some of the different like saga expansion or the campaign expansions. Unboxing time. Got Land of Shadow. We got rules. We don't need those. Um, here we go. Oh my goodness, sick. So I think we'll do Sans after the 3 quests in this box. Awesome heroes in this set. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. Maybe we'll just play with Sam again. We just finished with Sam in the final quest here. Maybe able to play with some more Sam now that just for thematic reasons, right? So we got Frodo. This is part of the Fellowship Sphere. So it's a special sphere for this expansion. Frodo has a 0 cost. He's a 2/1/2/2. And then we can spend 1 Fellowship resource and exhaust the 1 ring to give Frodo Baggins +2 willpower and +2 attack until the end of the round. For how long more are we streaming, Nelson? I may have to go get food. I'm guessing that this will probably be 20 to 30 minutes, would be my guess. Okay. So Frodo, probably what we'll do, if it's anything like the last couple of saga expansions, we're always going to be playing with Frodo. Then we've got Faramir. Ooh, an 11 cost 2/2/2/5 leadership Faramir. Gondor Noble Ranger traded. He is ranged. After you engage an enemy, ready an ally you control. Limit once per phase. That's cool. Interesting. That's really interesting for Gandalf. If you just straight up play Gandalf, you can quest and then ready him. Um, get him ready for an attack. I'm sure there's a lot more. There's many more ways to capitalize on that, but I think just Gandalf popping to my mind is a really good one. Damn Rod. We got a 9/2/2/1/4 Gondor Ranger. Reduce the cost of the first trap card you play each round by 1 to a minimum of 0. This is the card that I wanted to see, I think. Glorfindel is your. Oh, yeah, Glorfindel's a really good one, too. Yeah, 3 willpower, 3 attack. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Nice. So after a trap card you control is attached to an enemy, draw 1 card. That seems insane. I've wanted to play traps for a while, and this seems amazing. This seems amazing for that type of deck. 9 cost, nice quester, card draw for trap cards, and then you can reduce the cost of the trap cards you play. I'm so here for it. I like the first saga of the Two Towers for the Rohirrim cycle. I don't remember this one as much. I think this one plays great in the trap archetype. Oh, music to my word, or music to my words, music to my ears. Let's go. You get Frodo right after playing a Hobbit deck. Yeah, right, right. This Frodo is probably the 4th copy of Frodo that we have. So we actually have a lot of Frodos in the game, and this Frodo you cannot actually play in any deck or any scenario outside of the scenarios in this box. Damrod really changed traps from just a bunch of cards to a real deck. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited now. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Hey, we got Anaborn. I know Anaborn likes traps based on his previous card. 4 cost leadership ally, 1/3/1/3. After an enemy is added to the staging area, exhaust Anaborn to give that enemy +5 engagement cost until the end of the round, then deal 1 damage to that enemy. That's actually like great for hobbits, right? No, no, yeah. So, that's fun. Anaborn. Malblong. A lot of reprints. Or not reprints, but say our heroes that we are characters that we already have. 2/2. Love that stat line. 2 costs for 2 willpower in lore is really nice. 1 attack, 0/2. After he enters play, choose an enemy, get +5 engagement cost until the end of the round. Then you may engage that enemy or return it to the staging area. That's really good. Oh yeah, Damrod with a base Barravir gives you insane card draw. Completely nullifies the enemy. The only weakness, the hardest scenarios will have enemies that can't have player. Oh yeah. Malblong seems good. Malblong seems really, really good. 2 costs for 2 is good. And then you have the additional benefit on top of that that leans into hobbits as well. I love it. More ints. Heck yeah. More ints. Now we're cooking. 3 cost, skin bark, tactics, int, 0 willpower, 4 attack, 2 defense, 3. Enters play exhausted. While it's attacking alone and against an orc enemy, that enemy does not count as defense. There you go. Green Malblung is very good. I remember him fitting in many decks. Yeah, I mean, he's just like, he seems really, really decent. Really, really good. Dude, I'm here for Skinbark. I don't think he's as strong as some of the other. I mean, a 3 cost for 4 attack is really decent. And then when he's attacking an orc enemy. So depending on the scenario, I'm assuming that in this box we're gonna have a couple orc enemies. If anyone's read the books, I don't think that's a spoiler, or seen the movies, I don't think that's a spoiler, but so that's cool. Gambling. After a Rohan ally you control is discarded from play, exhaust gambling to return that ally to your hand. Whoa! Oh, was this not in the Rohan starter deck because they were reprinting this? Because that seems good. That seems very, very good. Just like being able to pop that back, trigger all of the when leaving of play effects that you get in Rohan, and then you can play them again and do it again. There's orcs in Lord of the Rings? Oh shoot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that for you. That seems really good. 3 cost, 2 defense, 2. I mean, like his stats are nothing to like be super excited about, but like that's good. That's really good for the Rohan build. Staff of Liberthron. Attached to a Gondor, a Hobbit hero. After the attached hero exhausts to defend against an attack from an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat, you can exhaust this to discard a shadow card from that enemy. That's pretty sweet. Situational, but you can build around it pretty easily. I know, super spoiler. I thought it was zombies and xenomorphs that they fought against. Gambling gives Rohan's much needed longevity. Yeah. But he's not in the Rohan starter deck, which I find a little surprising. I guess because they knew that they were repackaging him here. Dude, that's cool. I see Sam really enjoying something like that. We got Ambush. We play Ambush into the staging area unattached. So this is one of those traps. So if we play with Damrod, it's going to reduce the cost of Ambush by 1 down to 2/1, and then we also get to draw a card. Attach Ambush to the next eligible enemy that enters the staging area. The engaged player discards Ambush to declare an attack against the attached enemy. That's cool. I think, like, that's really fun with like attacking enemies in the staging area. Or so you can attack. Oh, you can just attack that enemy in the staging area. That's cool. D&D, I like playing hobbits. That translate well into this game if I got the core box and then hobbits. So you're gonna get hobbits in the probably Fellowship of the Ring box. There's not a hobbit starter deck. Um, I think so. I mean, like hobbits are all about being sneaky, and so it translates in the sense like in D&D, right? Like they have really high stealth. They're sneaking around like rogue characters, and it translates into the mechanics of this game similar, where you're trying to keep your threat low, not have like a ton of engagements. You're trying to sneak around all the enemies. With that staff, Samwise turns into Sam the Brave. Yeah, yeah. Ambush lets you attack an enemy before you have to defend it. Can't attack in the staging area since the engaged player has to. Oh, okay. Oh, you get it's a first strike. It's a first strike. Okay, cool, cool. Snowmane. Attached to a Rohan hero. If attached hero is Theoden, Snowmane loses the restricted keyword. Interesting. After the attached hero quests successfully, ready the attached hero. That's good. Holy cow. These are this is building up. This is a really nice compliment to the Rohan starter deck right here. Hey, Giant Lasagna. How you doing? How you doing? That's good. What does Theoden do? Theoden, I remember being really good. Reduce the cost of the first Rohan ally you play from your Handytron by 1. Yeah. And he's a 2/3/2/4, so you really want to utilize that attack stat. And so Snow we get if you quest, you both Theoden versions are quite good. Is there another Theoden version? Do I have another Theoden version? Ran a full tactics Rohan deck with the spirit song attachments on each, then Theoden would get super. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. You excited for Iceman? People are apparently already getting them. Yeah, I'm super pumped for Iceman. Yeah, I'm really pumped. I'm hoping I will have him by Friday. We're gonna uh be doing some unboxings and playing. Theoden. Oh, okay, against the shadows. Sweet, nice. We got taste it again. After a hero you control defends against an attack made by an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat, ready that hero. Until the end of the phase, that hero gets +2 while attacking that enemy. Let's go. Yes, Sam getting crazy. Because Sam, now if you've engaged a hero that has, or an enemy that has higher cost, he gets ready. He's now swinging for 2. If you have the dagger on him, then, he's swinging for 4. 6 with this. If he's defended, oh my gosh, let's go. This is the Samwise Gamgee Rohan box. I'm surprised we didn't get more traps in this box. Next up, we've got In the Shadows. Lower the cost to play In the Shadows for 1 for each Hobbit or Ranger you control. Each enemy engaged with you with an engagement cost higher than your threat gets -1/-1 until the end of the phase. Nice. This has some really nice Hobbit support. Sam's ready to take out a giant spider. Heck yeah, he is. And then this is a Fellowship card, so only playing it in the saga. Ready the Ring Bearer to choose an enemy engaged with you. If the Ring Bearer's willpower is greater than that enemy's threat, lower that enemy's attack and defense by the difference until the end of the phase. Interesting. That seems very situational, but I like it. There you go. Then we got our boons and burdens in there as well, which will come in during campaign play. Cool stuff. I'm really excited for Damrod. I'm really excited for Damrod to play the trap archetype. I'm really happy for that. We got ambush, which is a trap, but that's the only trap that we got. I was kind of expecting 1 or 2 more traps in this. Works well since this Frodo goes to 4 willpower. Oh yeah, because you can exhaust spend a resource to get him to. That makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. But really leaning into the theme of Faramir finding Frodo and Sam, I kind of want to just run like I kind of just want to throw Sam into this lineup and run this lineup. That seems kind of fun. Tactics Theoden gives +1 willpower to all tactics heroes. Oh, that's cool. So I played the Rohan heroes via Voltron. I think I got him to 6 will 7 attack and 9 defense. That's wild. That's awesome. Yeah. I think I kind of want to just run throw Sam in here and just run just super thematic. Disgusting stats. Yeah, right? Run super thematic for that first game. That seems pretty fun. Well, thank you all so very much for hanging out. Wow, this was a 3-hour stream. I honestly, this felt way shorter. That's awesome. That's crazy how time can fly like that. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. That's the current plan. Make sure if that changes, I will post on. Yeah, I'm sorry, Giant. uh, yeah, I will post in case it does change, but I don't think it will. Iceman is going to be awesome, and that's our next stream. That's going to be Saturday, Friday at 10 a.m. We're going to be unboxing and playing a couple of games with Iceman. I'm super pumped for Bobby. I think he's going to be a really, really fun hero. So I'm excited to break him out and play, and I'm excited to see all of y'all there. Glad I was able to make it. Love me some Lord of the Rings. Great stream as always. Thank you so very much. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of the day and rest of the week. I'll see you on Friday. Peace.